being perfectly frank, 25 shots on target. How did Harriers not win that game?
Football, isn't it? It's football. No one else to really blame, I don't think, apart from ourselves. I think we've got enough time to win the game. We're disappointed as a group. You ask them from their point of view, I'm sure they'll be delighted, and they'll say the opposite, that they dug in and they defended their goal well. They did all those things, don't get me wrong, but I think we had more than enough ball and territory and got into good areas, enough that we should have done more, really. We've got to score in the 75 minutes, I think. God knows how many ball entries into the box from wide areas. Crossing was 1 in 5. If it's 1 in 2, I think we win the game just by the numbers, really. Disappointed, we've got to be disappointed, of course we are. A home game which we've dominated, we've had all the ball against 10 men. In the last 5 minutes you look at it and you think, right, you're defending a corner. It's football, we can learn a hell of a lot from today, and we've got to. Just said to the players in there after 4 games, we've had a bit of everything from the league. I think we've got to all take stock individually, collectively, of what we're up against, the good and the bad. I think there's been some really good performances in that 4 games, but obviously finishing it with a draw today where we believe we should have won the game, it's disappointing.
You say disappointing, having to play against 10 men. Everybody says it's more difficult sometimes to play against 10 than it is 11.
Yeah, but you've got the ball, you've got to enjoy it, you've got to embrace it, and you've got to enjoy the challenge, really. I thought for 10 minutes after the sending off initially, I thought we did all the right things, all the things we need to do. I thought we kept our passing simple, moved the ball quickly, moved them side to side, got into good areas, high up the pitch, and we were crossing from the byline and cutting things back and playing at a real tempo, really, and putting them under major stress. And I think we just dipped off after that 10 minutes, which was the disappointing part, really. I don't think we understood enough where we got our success at in that first 10 minutes after the red card.
They keep hold of some good saves as well, though. So not to look at everything as a real downer. There were some chances that the keeper made some good saves.
Yeah, look, it's not all a downer at all. This is 10-15 minutes after the game, a game where we thought we should have got 3 points. We've got 1 point. We were allowed to be disappointed. I think that's important, to be honest. I think I think in the 4 games we've played so far, there's nothing to really fear in the league. I think we've been more than competitive in each of the games. We actually believe we should have won or could have won all 4 games. And that's a big plus. We have to take belief from that, but we can't accept it as well. If we're not picking up the points that we deserve, we should have.
You've got games, as I say, 4 games played now, and goal differences, sort of 2 against 2. So are you happy with the overall, if you like, defensive capabilities of the side, I suppose?
Yeah, defensive across the team. Look, it's never been in doubt. We've kept 3 clean sheets. Our defensive record last year was fantastic. This isn't all about the scoring goals. What I will say is that in the first 4 games we've created a hell of a lot more chances in them 4 games than we did for a period last season where we were struggling to do that part. That was a real concern. I think we're doing the right things, we're getting into the right areas, and like I say, the numbers back it up as well. Creating more chances, but it doesn't just happen. You've got to realise, and the players have to realise where we can be better. The finishing's got to be better. The timing, all the little nuances, all the little details, they all have to be worked on all the time. But it's encouraging the amount of chances we're creating. Just disappointed on the back of that. I think if we're coming today, and even if we won it 1-0, I'm coming in, I'm probably speaking in a completely different tone. But yeah, of course, there's positive stuff.
Cheers, thanks very much, Jim.
Your thoughts on Barry as well? He came on and you could clearly see his intelligence on the ball. He's going to be a good fit, you think? Yeah,
good footballer, Matty. That's why he's here, and a good person as well. Who's made a big jump to come down to England, away from his family, because of what he's seen from the football club from an outside. I thought he'd come on today. I thought he used the ball well. Had a lot of it, obviously, because we had a lot of possession, and I think he'll get better and better for us. But he's got a good pedigree, played a lot of games, and I think he'll be a good addition to the team.
Just your thoughts on obviously both teams finishing with 10 in the end, and Jack's 2 yellows. On another day you might not get either, and today he gets both.
Yeah, I thought he was unlucky. Look, I think the first one was really, really cheap. I think really harsh to give a booking for the first one in particular, but I think the precedent was set early in the game. There's a lot of early bookings and stuff where you'd normally possibly get away with it and with a warning. But like I say, it set the precedent. I think Jack's really unlucky. I thought he showed today in spells why he's been brought here. Real quality, probably the one person looking most likely to go and unlock the door for us. Disappointing now because we're losing for a game, but again we have to learn from certain decisions that will get made at the level. It's football.
And the same for Kieran Phillips as well, in the sense that he came in and he's had to be patient but impressed today.
Yeah, it's cliche, but it's a squad game. It's we've added players to the group this year, and we'll have to be patient to know what we're about. Do those things and then bring their own qualities to the team as well. And look, Kieran's a good example of that. He's been patient. He's come on, been really lively in a couple of games, scored his goal the other night. And it's important that they're all doing it. All the lads are pushing each other, especially going into this weekend where we'll have 2 games in quick succession. All the players are going to be needed.